Hey, what's up everyone, it is Custom here and I'm back with a new video, and today I am going to be doing a video, again, all about you and how to help you guys out. So today you're going to find out how to get your server active as a follow-on from how to grow your server. Now, growing your server is one thing, but getting it active is another, and they're completely different ends of the spectrum. One is harder, and that arguably is getting activity. Getting people to talk on your server can be quite difficult. Now, I own a server, as you can see here, it's called Something for Everyone, and it's got 53,000 people in it. Now, we have a lot of messages in this server, so if I go after, let's say 2015, because we made the server in 2017, we have 12,814,093 messages as of the date of recording, and that is incredible. Now, if I go to yesterday, so I go during, and I go the 11th, because I'm recording this on Tuesday, I go on the 11th, we had 42,000 messages yesterday, which is really, really good. Now, I have a few tips and tricks which can help you guys out a lot on how to get your server active. So I'm going to give you 5 methods in which you can get your server active today, and then there will be some follow-ons from some server owners as well, which will again give you some tips on how to get your server active. So let's get straight into the first tip, but remember there is a Nitro link hidden within this video, so go find that. Right guys, so the first method in which you can do to help get your server active is by doing events. Now, on Something for Everyone, we do events as much as we can, and we even have an events team which helps it. We have coordinators, including Pingu, we've got loads of staff as you can see here, and basically they just help organise events. Now, some events which I would suggest that you can do for your server is doing quizzes, so you could do something maybe based on Kahoot, or you could do some sort of trivia night or something like that. And it can really get your community engaged, especially in voice chats. Same thing with karaoke. A lot of people like mucking around and singing, and it's really, really good. Doing some sort of art event as well, that is also good, and we do that as much as we can, usually after we do a helper acceptance party, which again is also a good event. So when you're accepting staff, maybe you can make a massive event of it, because more people are going to want to join and participate and see the new staff and get engaged. And we also do stuff related to gaming, so we've got Something for Hunger Games, which is Minecraft based, and we've got Something for Games as well, so that's good. Now, there's other events which you can do, such as Simon Says, which I know that Soundrout does. You can do movie nights, which I know some other servers that do, and it can really, really help get your server, interactive and get your activity up. So that's the first method you should do, and it really, really will help. Right guys, so the second method in which you can do to help get your server active is by doing team challenges, and team challenges are incredible. So it's something which we designed on Something for Everyone, and we started it probably about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Now you may be asking, what's a team challenge? Well, first things first, go and join my server, because you'll get a really good idea of what it is, because we do them every single month, and you might have a bit of an idea of what to do for your server. Now what we do is we post a message like this, and we give a bit of information about the role which they would get, because they get a role if they win it, if they reach a challenge, and if they don't, then they don't get the role. Now we put it up for reactions, and we go, if you want to join, react here. So in a certain time period they have to register, for example 19 hours, 24 hours, whatever you want. Depending on the amount of people that are doing the challenge, you will make up a goal. So for this month's goal, if I go down to recently, for this month's goal, the team challenge, because 312 people entered, is to get 180,000 messages between you all. So it basically allows everyone to work as a team on the server, and it allows bonding in, especially in like all members, like the main chat, where people can talk and meet each other. And if they reach that message goal as a team, so all 313 people need to get a total messages for that month, for that time period of 180,000. If they do that, then they will get the role and they will succeed, and the person who gets the most could get Nitro, for example. It's a really good way of getting people active on your server, and I really recommend it. As a server owner to you guys, it's so good and it really works. Right guys, so another way in which you can get your server active is by doing personal text challenges. So we covered team challenges, now let's go to personal text challenges. So, something which I suggest is doing personal ones. You set amount of messages and their corresponding prizes, and you give a time period, for example a week. Now what you do is you say, for example, if you get 500 messages you will get 50 Logi points, which is basically the points bot on our server. If you get 1,000 messages, you'll get a special colour roll, such as one of these Blurple Lavender rolls or Bitter Mornings Aqua. And a lot of people that are on the server want to get those because they're hard to get or they cost a lot of points. 2,000 messages, they'll get a special roll called Legendary, which was only supposed to be released back in 2017 when we first released the server, and only about 100 people have it. At 3,000 messages, you get a second roll and more points. 5,000 messages, they get a free month of subscriber, which is basically one of our donation pools for the server, as you can see here. And 12,000 messages, they get a custom role, as you can see here, like they're custom roles, usually only donators get them. And 25,000 messages, you can get a month of Nitro. Now doing this allows people to go, oh, I really want to get that, so I'm going to talk more, I'm going to get more active on the server. And it's such a good idea to do it because it really helps boost your server activity. So I really recommend it. It's a good thing, and I haven't really seen many other servers do it, but I really recommend you do it because it really gets the community engaged and gets loads more people active. So go do that, and it could help get your server booming any second. Right guys, so the next method which you can do to help get your server active is by being engaged. If you're a server owner or a server admin, engaging with your server will help get the server active because people want to see the owners and admins online. People want to talk to them and get to know them because it really helps grow the community. So if I send a message like, hey everyone, usually I would get a lot of responses back saying like, hey custom, hey Matt, blah from the community, which is nice, as you can see here, because it allows people to engage with you and actually get to know you as a server owner and admin. If you engage with your community, it will help get the server active and it's another person to talk to. So I know it isn't much and it may not seem like a lot, but you shouldn't sit behind as a staff team generally and just moderate. The staff team and the owners should basically always be in chat trying to get to know the community. As we do on SFE, we want to get all of the staff to communicate because it allows them to get to know the community and the community to know them, and it helps the activity on the server massively. What we do is that we have some sort of requirement that staff need to get every week for messages, and it's a bit different. Most servers don't do it, but we did a test with it and a test without it, and the server activity with it was insane compared to the activity without it. So really, if you get to know your server and your staff get to know your server, your activity will go up. So make sure that you go and get your staff to be active and you be active yourself. Right guys, so the next way that you can get your server activity up is by doing giveaways. Now on my server, something for everyone, we do giveaways every single month where we give away a bunch of nitros all the time and mystery prizes sometimes, as you can see here. And what it does is it helps get the community engaged. Now, if I go to just one of these specific giveaways, so I'm just going through them to let you read them. As you can see, there's some giveaways where we go, requirements is getting like 400 messages in our main chat. Basically, it helps bump it up. Or react to the past 2 weeks of our question of the day and reaction of the day. React to the koala. Must level up on Me6 twice before the end of the giveaway, or participate in the team challenge event, for example. It really helps get your server out there massively because more people are going to want to participate in the giveaways, and if your requirements are to be active on the server, then they're going to be active, and that is how it works. It just helps your server massively, and I really recommend that you go and do that because it will help your server boom and it will help you get more activity and more members in the long run. So if you do that, you will help get your server way more activity generally. Right guys, so I'm going to give you one little bonus tip before we go over to the other server owners to let you hear their advice. Now, if you have Me6, what you should do is you should get level roles, because if your community levels up, they will get different roles on your server, and they can be different colors and they look different, they have different permissions, for example. Now if you do that, a lot of people are going to want to try and level up on Me6, which requires you to be active, and not just spam, but you have to be active quite a lot to actually level up, because there's only a limit of amount of XP you can get a minute anyway, so spamming doesn't really help, but it will help your server massively. So if you do that, you can get a lot more people, for example, wanting to, communicate on your server and talk, because they want to get those level roles. They want to get more roles on your server and become more developed within the community and more engaged. So if you do that, you could see your activity boom massively, and I really recommend it, because that is what we do on our server, and that is how we get loads of activity every single month. And as you can see, if I go from 10th, we had 33,000 messages. If I go yesterday, we had 40,000 messages. If I go, let's say Saturday, we had 35,000. If you do this sort of thing, you will get loads and loads of messages. So I really recommend it. But guys, before you go, I've got some more tips for you. So I'm going to go over to other server owners and let them talk, so you can hear their perspective on it all. And you can also see their top tips. So I'm going to hand that over to them and enjoy the rest of the video, guys.
Trendy here. Server pings and other promotions within the platform have good short-term uses. However, if you're in it for the long run, here's what I would do. Start advertising on Instagram with multiple 30-second GIFs or videos showing off different aspects of your community. Set a daily spending budget of $3 per promotion with a $90 monthly budget on each. If you do one of these, you should reach around 8,400 average joins within a 3-month period of time. Do multiple ones, that value increases significantly. Advertise it in the right niche for maximized results. Pings only work so well, however Instagram ads work way better.
I'm RJ from the Kappa server, and my tip for you is that you need to find something for people to come to your server to. My server has global emotes. It might sound silly to you, but it's a good reason for someone to join the server. If they don't have a good reason to join your server, then you can't expect them to be there in the first place. Give them that reason.
I would say the best way to get your guild active is by having frequent events and holding message events monthly or half monthly. Having events brings your community together and forms a stronger bond with members, making them want to spend more time on your server. Holding message challenges, whether this be individual or group challenges, gives people a reason to want to talk more, trying to spend more time there to get a reward. Constantly pinging for giveaways may lead to short-term success, until people change their notification settings for the server or leave.
Right guys, so I hope this video has helped you a lot, and I hope it has allowed you to learn about activity, because activity in your server can be hard to get. But if you do those 5 methods which I told you, and the bonus method, and you also follow some of the other advice, you could see loads more activity on your server. You could see many more messages on your server every single day, every single minute, and every single hour, because people are going to want to talk there if you do events and make it fun, or give stuff away, or get the community engaged. So if you do that, you will see your server get more activity. Now guys, the next video should be on Monday, so make sure you stay tuned for that, and make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video, turn the notification bell on, and enjoy the rest of your weekend and day. Peace out guys.